A room without books is like a body without a soul. If you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need. Six mistakes mankind keeps making century after century. Believing that personal gain is made by crushing others. Worrying about things that cannot be changed or corrected. Insisting that a thing is impossible because we cannot accomplish it. Refusing to set aside trivial preferences. Neglecting development and refinement of the mind. Attempting to compel others to believe and live as we do. Times are bad. Children no longer obey their parents, and everyone is writing a book. To be ignorant of what occurred before you were born is to remain always a child. For what is the worth of human life, unless it is woven into the life of our ancestors by the records of history? In times of war, the law falls silent. Silent enim leges inter arma. Read at every weight, read at all hours, read within leisure, read in times of labor, read as one goes in, read as one goeth out. The task of the educated mind is simply put, read to lead. If we are not ashamed to think it, we should not be ashamed to say it. Friendship improves happiness, and abates misery, by doubling our joys, and dividing our grief. Non nobis solum nati sumus. Not for ourselves alone are we born. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. For there is but one essential justice which cements society, and one law which establishes this justice. This law is right reason, which is the true rule of all commandments and prohibitions. Whoever neglects this law, whether written or unwritten, is necessarily unjust and wicked. Not to know what has been transacted in former times is to be always a child. If no use is made of the labors of past ages, the world must remain always in the infancy of knowledge. The authority of those who teach is often an obstacle to those who want to learn. Dum spiro, sparrow. The life given us, by nature is short, but the memory of a well-spent life is eternal. For books are more than books, they are the life, the very heart and core of ages past, the reason why men worked and died, the essence and quintessence of their lives. While there's life, there's hope. The life of the dead is set in the memory of the living. Politicians are not born, they are excreted. The face is a picture of the mind with the eyes as its interpreter. The shifts of fortune test the reliability of friends. To study philosophy is nothing but to prepare oneself to die. The life of the dead is placed on the memories of the living. The love you gave in life keeps people alive beyond their time. Anyone who is given love will always live on in another's heart. I criticize by creation, not by finding fault. It is not by muscle, speed, or physical dexterity that great things are achieved, but by reflection, force of character, and judgment. What is morally wrong can never be advantageous, even when it enables you to make some gain that you believe to be to your advantage. The mere act of believing that some wrongful course of action constitutes an advantage is pernicious. We must not say every mistake is a foolish one. Life is nothing without friendship. It is foolish to tear one's hair in grief, as though sorrow would be made less by baldness. It is a great thing to know your vices. I am not ashamed to confess I am ignorant of what I do not know. A happy life consists in tranquility of mind. Your enemies can kill you, but only your friends can hurt you. When you wish to instruct, be brief, that men's, children's, minds take in quickly what you say, learn its lesson, and retain it faithfully. Every word that is unnecessary only pours over the side of a brimming mind. Our span of life is brief, but is long enough for us to live well and honestly. The enemy is within the gates. It is with our own luxury, our own folly, our own criminality that we have to contend. Freedom is participation in power. Law applied to its extreme is the greatest injustice. The function of wisdom is to discriminate between good and evil. Any man can make mistakes, but only an idiot persists in his error. The man who backbites an absent friend, nay, who does not stand up for him when another blames him, the man who angles for bursts of laughter and for the repute of a wit, who can invent what he never saw, who cannot keep a secret, that man is black at heart, mark and avoid him. Knowledge which is divorced from justice may be called cunning rather than wisdom. Where is there dignity unless there is honesty? Nemo anim est am senex qui se anim non putet possi vivere. No one is so old as to think that he cannot live one more year.